Well, the Matzah bakery was designed by a fellow named Michael Albuquerque. But it's a program that helps us teach children and sometimes adults, and it helps us teach people how the holidays is made, how things get where they are. The Model Matzah Bakery shows us the work that went into it becomes lost over time. It's just not, people don't experience, and they don't get to live the experience. So the purpose of the Model Matzah Bakery is to help people actually live through the experience, to see on their own how it's made, and makes the tradition more alive. It brings Judaism in a very living way. That's why we call it the Living Legacy series. It brings the legacy of Judaism to be alive. Well, 3,500 years ago, the Jewish people were enslaved in Egypt for a total of 400 years. And the Bible tells us that God came to Moses in a vision in a burning bush. And he told Moses, "I want you to take the Jewish people out." And Moses came to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh that God commanded him to take the Jewish people out. And Pharaoh wouldn't listen, and God brought plagues on Egypt, and there were a total of 10 plagues. And every plague, Moses would ask God, and Moses, with God's permission, or some of the plagues with Aaron, with God's permission, would start a plague. Pharaoh would panic, and he would say, "Okay, I'll let them go." And then, as soon as the plague would subside, he would go and retract his allowance of the Jewish people to leave. And finally, after the 10th plague, it's the plague of the firstborn. It's time to let the Jewish people go. And Aaron and Moses said, "Okay," and they packed the Jewish people up. Ironically, they left the next morning. Now on the way out, they didn't have enough time to make real proper bread, to let it rise, and they took the flour and water, and instead of allowing it to rise and making bread, they just stuck it on their back, and as they were traveling, it baked in the sun, and they made matzah.